Let us now have the second part of our lesson, solving word problems involving parabola. So we're done with the first part wherein we solve for the equation and we solve for the parts of a parabola given the equation and the graph. This time, let us encounter real-life problems. Let us try to solve for real-life problems that involves parabola and see how these equations will help us solve it. One of the most important and useful properties of a parabola is its reflection property. It is this very reason why mirrors, telescopes, and lamps all have parabolas. It is also used in construction of bridges for reasons like aesthetics and weight distribution. For our next example, so here it goes. Education in the new normal mostly involves the need for efficient internet connection. A communications company decided to produce satellite dishes, being designed for effective yet affordable internet connection. For the Filipino people to be released on March 21. The cross section of the parabola is considered with vertex at the origin, whose focus is 6 units from the vertex. So, having this problem, we have to first determine the coordinates of the focus, B, solve for the p-value, and letter C, identify the equation representing the parabolic satellite dish. So this is the figure. We have the satellite dish. Okay, so just like in circles, what we do is we just superimpose a Cartesian plane on top of the satellite dish, wherein the vertex should be touching the origin or 0, 0. Now, we just have to put a highlight, okay, on the parabolic shape of the satellite dish. So for the first one, determine the coordinates of the focus. Now, the problem, going back, I would just like to emphasize this. It says that focus is 6 units from the vertex. Since it says it is 6 units from the vertex, then we can actually say from the center or from the origin, you just have to count 6 units. And with that, you're going to have a focus which is 0, 6. Okay. How did we get 0, 6? Since the satellite dish faces upward, so it means that our x coordinate will be 0 and the y coordinate will be 6 units away from the origin or from the vertex. So that is 0, 6. So let's go back to our slide. So determine the coordinates of the focus. So we have determined it already. Our focus is at 0, 6. Next, solve for the p-value. We know that p-value can already be seen, okay, in your focus. So whatever value you have in the focus is actually the p-value. Therefore, the p-value is equal to 6. For letter C, we have to identify the equation representing the parabolic satellite dish. Now, since we know that the parabolic satellite dish faces upward, then we can use the formula x squared is equal to 4py. So what do we do then? We just have to substitute p with 6. Therefore, we multiply 4 and 6, that is 24. So our equation is x squared is equal to 24y. That's the last example that we have for our parabola. Now you have to try to answer the following. So based on the lesson, ponder upon the following questions. Number 1, what are the characteristics of parabolas that make them useful in life? Actually, if you're going to search for videos that deals with parabolic dish, they actually are very useful, especially for radio stations, TV stations, even now internet connections. are used for that because they can really gather all the signals that are needed. Okay? How will you solve situational problems involving parabola? For, so try to ponder upon the following questions. So, number one, what are the characteristics of parabolas that make them very useful? Next, how will you solve situational problems involving parabola? And the third one, why is it important to learn about parabolas? Personally, how can you use this knowledge? So try to just reflect on the following, and then you may post your answer in our orange apps, and you can actually reply on your classmate's answer. For our math drilling, so we have word etymologies. The mathematical term parabola and the biblical term parable came from the same Greek roots, para, which means alongside, and bole, which means to throw. Whilst a parabola is a conic section or figure that bends along a fixed point without ever touching it. A parable, on the other hand, is a form of story that Jesus used by injecting metaphors in order to implicitly express a message without direct statements. Choose a parable from the Synoptic Gospels and share your personal reflection and experience that can be related to it. Please comment your answers on our Orange apps, and you may actually answer or reply from your classmates' responses. So that's it for our session for today. I'll see you again. Thank you very much.